gentlemen, welcome on in. My name is IceColeBrew, and I'm going to be our commentator and broadcaster for this wonderful evening. And folks, we got a nice little matchup coming up this night. It was picked up at the last moment from Cross Progression League. I want to give a shout out to Krusty for always making sure that casters do have matches to call throughout the entire night and making sure that we are available at all times. So with that in mind, folks, let's go ahead and start off with the essentials here. First of all, Cross Progression League, 4 different league levels, currently on their final week of the season. That's right. Messing up buttons here. That's going to look great on the VOD later. We have a bit of an interesting matchup where for one team, it can ensure that they are placed in playoffs, while the other team can ensure that they get thrown down with them. In fact, if I understand how the season progresses correctly by these standings, Godfall Gaming, if they're able to they won't be able to pull out a full victory. However, they can throw Nebula Esports Dark further down into the standings. That's going to be a great way for Godfall Gaming to at least leave a mark this season. Now, with that in mind, though, what's going to be very fascinating here is that win-loss record between these teams. With nothing to report from the last week between the RC Bash brothers, Godfall Gaming has been struggling to find their space here in the season, but they have been up against some tough competition overall. Thank you for the follow, Axiom Headquarters. On top of that, Godfall Gaming is up against a very tough team overall. I've actually recognized Effigy and Dr. Spaceman before. Latke OG being on that roster here. Let me throw that roster line back up for y'all as we have everyone joining in. It's going to be a bit of a tight matchup as we have on the field currently Coaster, TARDIS, and Daniel IRL, while FG Wrath and Dr. Spaceman will be playing on this evening. All right, and it does look like everyone's ready to go. So, folks, with that in mind, this is going to be a best of 5 series. And we are, of course, going to be here for every part of the action as well. As we go ahead and get this match started off here, folks, let me know who you think is going to take this. Brick Spaceman, thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate you. Folks, this is going to be a best of 5 for the final week of Cross Progression League Tier 3, Champ 2, Champ 3 overall. And with that being in mind, we're going to see a little bit of aerial acrobatics. We're going to want to see a lot of game sense, hopefully some prevention of the double commits here, as Effigy is going to take flight. Tight angle here, only up against Daniel. Wrath comes in to help out. It's not going to be enough, though. And we're going to see just a little bit of back and forth, some boomer ball back every now and then. Maybe some missed touches like Daniel sending that back pass. Godfall Gaming over here in the blue side. NES Dark over in the orange. It's going to be Daniel with the first shot. Top shelf. Banger from half court in order to take that first goal. And it's going to be Coaster on the assist. Shout out to Coaster for that pickup as well. Nice way to set the pace for Godfall Gaming. I would like to see Godfall pick up as many wins as they can here, because they could knock out NES Dark, I believe. If I am understanding the placements correctly, it's Dr. Spaceman's going to pick up the first demo of the series. Gonna be a bit of a nice little floater ball as Daniel goes in for another chance to strike, tries to drop this ball down low. It's going to be TARDIS up against Effigy, beats him out. Instead, it's going to be Wrath. Able to find that clearance. It's not going to be a lot of space, though. Daniel with the cutoff. Coaster upfield. Daniel's going to give it the ball. Go for trying to send the Spaceman into the horizon, but it's not going to be enough. You know, I like C2-C3 ball. That's where I am at as well, skill level-wise. I would like to be GC one day, but, you know, I don't have time for that. Daniel with the deflection from Wrath. And this is about the pace you're going to see from folks around that C2 level as well, too. Some backboard plays, some balls off the side of the wall. Big booming clears off target from the net where the third man can finally catch up and clear it off and away. Wrath coming up high, trying to find that equalizer goal for Nebula Esports. Won't be able to find it right now, though. As Daniel sends this ball up high, it's going to hit it far post. A lot of it is talent too. You're going to see people work on some unique play styles. You're going to see some unique rotations. Some of them just a bit out of pocket, some of them a bit peculiar. just some lapse in communication. Ain't anything too wrong with that too. Everyone's learning, and every match you play is another lesson you can take, whether it's win or loss. TARDIS up to deflect. Fantastic backboard defense off the post down to Effigy, who drops it. Wrath wanting to get that ball centered. It's not going to be enough, though. It's going to go around the folks over on Nebula Esports. Bit of a demo in the background as Daniel's going to whip this, let it go into the corner. On a 1v2, TARDIS just needs that powerful flick. Enough to put it in the top corner. Effigy just a bit late. Halfway through game one, TARDIS able to pick up a goal here. We get Coaster's nice little POV just watching that ball float through. Effigy not able to get up in time. Pardon me, folks. Comes in for the quick attack. Just realized I've had my mic muted the entire time. Fantastic opportunity for them to take that goal back, but it's that alacrity from Daniel able to set that one up. And now once again, a smart touch from TARDIS brings that ball within striking range, and Daniel will seal the deal with the stamp here. Quick strike, nice little speed limit on that goal. Just a quick fire too, and it has to feel frustrating for Dark because they had a 2-goal scoring run in their favor. They've been able to find their moments all through Spaceman as well, and yet it was not enough. TARDIS up high, wants to get that double tap. That's a little mechanical play from this level, but not enough. As send that ball striking down towards that bottom corner. It's going to be Daniel. Off and away. Coaster deflects, wants to buy time for Daniel to get back. Bit of an awkward touch here, bit of an awkward positioning. Big pinch out underneath Daniel. Underneath Spaceman's going to be enough. Daniel once again wants to take flight, has that hat trick, but one more for the road. Won't be enough. Ball's going to roll down here. Game one going in favor of Godfall Gaming. They start off with a 2-goal scoring run, and they end it with a 2-goal lead as well. 9 shots total for these folks. And it's a nice little way for them to, again, set that pace, play the game how they want it to go. And they did a fantastic job of doing so as well, just trying to maintain focus. They didn't lose pressure. They had so much momentum going behind them. Dark, on the other hand, they only had Spaceman finding these opportunities, and some of these plays were just them getting outplayed. Spaceman did the right call, catching Coaster as a weak link and taking an advantage of that shot, being able to take him down and get that ball around, but it was not enough in the long run. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and go into game 2 here fairly quickly, as Godfall Gaming have taken game 1, and now let's see if they can continue this run in their favor as FG takes flight, drops that ball down low. On target, TARDIS forced to deflect at the last moment. Just a bit of an awkward position. Big boom and clear from Coaster. Looks like he's going to try and get around one, and gets it over to Effigy, who's forced to own goal. Zero chance. Thank you for the follow. Effigy just caught out. The ball came a bit too quick, and he was just a bit too slow to pick up. 16 seconds gone by. It's a fake play. A very peculiar fake play. I've never seen a kickoff where both corners go for the ball and then just go for the middle boost. TARDIS forced to put this ball on the backboard. Might not be enough. Top shelf, upper 90 for Spaceman, who is currently 3 goals into the series at the moment. Trying to fight it out against Daniel, but TARDIS is also one of the scoring options for Godfall. Nebula Esports Dark, though, still relying on Spaceman. Equalizer goal coming fairly quickly for Nebula, and that's what they want. That's what they want to see. Smart positioning from FG is going to drop this ball out of the corner, send it down and away, forces a 50 off Coaster to pass it over to Spaceman, over to Wrath. Wrath and Spaceman both double commit on this play. A bit of a miscommunication. I think Spaceman had that confidence of being able to dunk underneath the defender, but couldn't really find that moment to do so. Over to Effigy. Effigy drops it, sends it back around. He's going to set it up for Wrath. Ball a bit too far away. Big boom and clear. Off the left post. Daniel has space, but not a lot of time. Sends it over to center, over to Coaster. Coaster looking for their first. Spaceman taking flight, denies. Awkward touch from FG down center. Daniel fires. Not enough oomph behind it. Spaceman just going to play safe. Buying time. Needs that boost. Wrath with the demo. I believe the second one of the series now. In total, not just for Wrath. Ball dropped down around from TARDIS, and Effigy off target. Ball around the corner once again. FG working out some frustration on TARDIS, which is huge. As Effigy gets that save on Coaster. Coaster with the soft touch drives to dunk it down low. Won't find it. Daniel over to TARDIS. Won't be able to bring this one around. Ball out of the corner, over to the opposite side. It's going to be FG, drops it down center. Can't really find a passing play. Had to opt for the 50 here. That's going to be Daniel. Mechanical control in hand. Spaceman at the back line will get the save. Avoids the dunk as well from Coaster. FG and Spaceman both double committing on this play, but Coaster's going to win out on this volley. Big boom and clear on both sides. Wrath needs to keep this ball under control in order to find space. Effigy needs to find a way to center it to the team that doesn't put it in danger. As Spaceman's forced to find it over at the opposite corner, there might be a chance here. It looks like a 1v1 out of the corner. TARDIS going to challenge. It's going to send that ball up right side. Wrath a bit late on the counter, but that's enough for TARDIS to pick it up, put it over Effigy, but right into Spaceman. Left side, though. Big boom and clear from Spaceman. Looking to make space. Wants to get the bump. Wants to get the demo. Has to opt for just stealing boost, preventing Coaster from having momentum. Preventing anyone on the Godfall side from having momentum, if I'm honest. Another save for TARDIS. 4 saves so far for him. Daniel trying to find that connection to TARDIS. Will not find it on this one. He's been in a drought at the moment as we are 90 seconds away from the first OT of the series. Coaster Has that first goal, looks to find a second, won't be able to do so. Daniel might be able to do so. Top Shelf has been in a drop for a hot minute, but able to pick up the ball because Tardis clears the pass, forces Effigy to step back into the back of the net, and that gives enough space for Daniel to find that opening. Now at 33% shot accuracy, was able to pick this one up, but it looks like Coaster is going to try and bring that ball screaming over to the orange side. Daniel with some help. Spaceman won't be able to find it and gets bumped out of the way. Bit of a cluster at the back line. It's going to be difficult for them to get around. Tardis on target. Just off. Just barely off in that moment. And can't really pick it up either with Wrath and Effigy defending. Ball sent around. Wrath trying to center it for someone. Trying to get around. Smart 50 from Coaster. Brings it down at around 45 seconds left. Tardis upfield. Boom and clear. It's a low roller, and that bounce over Wrath has to be annoying. Spaceman gets a touch coming off the backboard. Wrath and Spaceman double commit. Those double commits are killing them right now on Nebula Esports Dark. They need to stop committing so hard, or else Daniel's going to take full advantage here. Fantastic center from Tardis. Right to Daniel. Power shot down the middle. Just off target. 2-goal lead once again for Godfall. If they take this, this will be the biggest win in the series that they've had. Spaceman sends that ball out towards center. Wants to find a chance to bring it in close. They want to have a prayer here, but looks like they will be left in the dark on this one. Unfortunately, no candle to pray with as FG fires. Ball down. 2-goal lead once again. 3-1 this time. Nebula Esports Dark not able to find that forward momentum. Godfall Gaming, though, able to find theirs. And it all goes back to pressure. 8 shots on both sides. However, the saves coming out from Tardis have been huge. And we've seen some of the demos on Tardis trying to clear him out, but sadly, it's not enough. You have to time it a little bit better. Let's talk a bit about demo timing, but first, let me just go ahead and give a shout out to Christopher Escalante at the C Escalante, ChristopherEscalante.com, !track to know more, who made this wonderful music for every stream I do on my channel. For any stream I'm handling, I will be playing this mix that he made for me. It's 6 different mixes I sent, long, short, beats only, EDM only, fanfare only, a whole bunch of stuff. He can make commissions and music commissions for you as well. He's a fantastic musician, artist, and voice actor, so please reach out to Christopher Escalante for some commission work in order to get your own music for your own stream. In the meantime, going back to my earlier point about demos. So with demos, you want to time them fairly well to where your team can capitalize. I have been coached so often that I find great times to demo, and yet I don't put my teammates in a position to capitalize on them. So with that in mind, what I would love to see NES Dark do is try to call out their demos a little bit better. I also want to see less double commits from them, honestly, because I feel like any single time they have an opportunity to strike, and the ball's right in front of the center, there are 2 people who go up for the ball because they are anxious and panicking as Daniel fires, and that's going to be an own goal. Final touch at the end by, I believe that was Spaceman. Just not able to get that clear here. Yeah, Spaceman just finds that final touch. First goal once again going to Godfall Gaming. You have to be happy with that. I want to see NES Dark utilize these demos because you can see Wrath and FG are trying to make it work. So far, Spaceman's been the hot hand, but Spaceman's also been getting denied. He's been getting caught in these 2v1 situations that are not favorable to him. Wrath tries to go up, but Daniel coming off the sidewall will pick this one up fairly handily. Takes it away from Spaceman, who hits it just a bit too hard. That's another thing we need to call out Nebula Esports Dark on. Ball control hasn't been there for them. Again, it's a panic. They're frustrated. They're angry. By all standards, this should be a game that NES Dark wins. They're 2-3 in the standings. They play fairly well. They have a pretty strong lineup. and yet they are not able to get past Godfall. In the reverse, I have the question to Godfall. Where have you been this whole season with this? Because Daniel's been banging it towards the net fairly well. Coaster's been doing a great job. Voice Guy V, thank you for the raid. Voice Guy, I believe, if I remember correctly, you just did a cast your own, but I will check that in just a moment for you. Voice Guy V, thank you for the raid. Daddy Pickles, welcome on in. IRL Daniel looking to control this ball. Folks, we are currently in a best of 5 series where Godfall Gaming, a team that is last in the standings currently, have not been able to pick up a single win in the series, have done very well. They're already 2-0 in the standings. They're 2-0 on the scoreboard. They have won both their games by 2 goals. I'm gonna give you a shout out real quick while this action's dropping down. IRL Daniel off the crossbar, not able to drop that one down. BDG Daddy Pickles, thank you for the follow. And what's fascinating here is it feels like NES Dark aren't playing to their best, but also the folks on Godfall have been doing fantastic. They have played to the best I've ever seen them play. TARDIS. Well, then I say that, and then TARDIS does that. Wrath is going to pick this ball up, bit hard off the side. Effigy was ready to help him out, instead of going for the demo in the background, but it's not going to be enough here. Daniel, Wrath, once again a double commit, but that might be enough. No, Coaster. Coaster, who's been fairly quiet throughout the series, picking up 2 goals so far in game 2. That's going to be enough to bring it in. Daniel and Coaster working in tandem will get the deflection, sending that ball out far and away. Another point of frustration for NES Dark. Effigy carries this ball up, goes for the 50, down center, off right. Goes to fire towards the net. TARDIS won't get counted for the save, but the ball will be pinched out. And it's going to be Coaster on no boost, will be bumped by Spaceman. Ball fired. TARDIS. Banger towards the net, off the pickup, off the 50 from Coaster. Just outside of that 90-degree angle, but just fast enough to put it past the defense. Gotta be happy with that play. Wrath go in for the save here, and just double command after double command. Daniel picking up another goal. Largest goal deficit we've seen so far between teams. Well-placed demo from TARDIS to open up the back line, forcing Effigy into an awkward spot. Again, Godfall Gaming, this is the best I have ever seen from them. Because I casted them back in December or January, I believe. And they struggled a little bit. I believe I was the one series where they got one game win out of the series, and then it was 3 losses straight afterward, if I remember correctly. So Godfall, you can see that communication working out. TARDIS and Daniel working together. TARDIS now looking for the low 50 against 2. Won't be enough. Daniel, though, coming off the sidewall, it's going to drop it down. I believe that's going to be Coaster near it. No, Coaster a bit too early on the touch. Going to be TARDIS with the deflection out to Coaster. Back up field, Daniel. Just going to pick this one up. We want to get that centering pass to someone. Not be enough. I kind of like this play style from Godfall as well. They've been doing a fantastic job of just kind of looking for each other, and you can see a little bit of coaching and call outs coming from them too. The way Daniel was saying someone go up and Coaster calling for it in that moment, even though Coaster hit that hard against the backboard, missed entirely, that's still a habit you want to build. You want to go up for those kind of passes. Double demo on the field. Wrath and Coaster taken out. Daniel clearing the ball off and away. Wrath coming back from the grave, coming back with a vengeance. Sadly, Anger being misdirected, but Spaceman coming in from the center sees a soft touch here. After Wrath's initial contact, sees a soft touch from Daniel and just dunks on top of him. We'll bring it to a 3-goal difference, but I don't know if that's going to be enough for them to take this series and tie it. 3 goal difference so far between these two. It's going to be Nuance Coaster looking for another goal, has to give this one up. It's Daniel taking over, and Daniel will take that 4-goal lead right back. Again, look at that communication. Coaster knew he could go for it, gave it up to Daniel fairly quickly, and Wrath was caught out of position as well too. Wrath was just a bit too far away on that baseline, and that messed up the rotation. Didn't expect that ball to hit the post, didn't expect Daniel to come screaming up for it either. Ball over to the side, rare double commit here from Godfall. Godfall will have the 3-0 series in the series name here, and a huge goal differential as well too. About 8 total in their favor from this game. Godfall Gaming able to close it out on DFH Stadium, and I am very curious if this is going to knock down Nebula Esports Dark. I'm wondering if this is going to make them face a competition they don't want to see. I think they're still in the running. Don't get me wrong, I think they still are. Let me double check the standings here real quick. Yeah, Godfall Gaming going 1-4, while Nebula Esports Dark it's now 2-4, going 6-12 as well, moving to a -1 in goal differential. I don't think it will be enough to put them into playoffs for Group A. However, it will at least force Dark down further. Dark may not get a favorable matchup against Kamikaze Gaming. They might actually end up losing out and facing one of the top seeds that they don't want to see. It'll be interesting to see, folks, but for that, to keep that in mind, we will be keeping an eye on these standings. Just to let you know, the playoffs coming up for Cross Progression League. We're going to start off with March 7, a week from this Friday. It will be tier 4, so that's going to be the C1 and below teams coming up. And then the week after that, or the Sunday after that, it will be tier 3, and they will be having their playoff matches as well. So make sure to keep an eye on Cross Progression League to figure out what's going on. In the meantime, folks, we're going to go ahead and get ready to raid out here. We're actually going to send ourselves over to the person I just talked about right now. That's right, go check out Christopher Escalante live on stream right now. He is not only a wonderful voice actor, musician, and a wonderful friend, but he is also a fantastic Mario Kart player. And so you can harass and harangue him by making him play in reverse to make him worse. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and raid out to the Christopher Escalante as we wrap up for the evening. I did that wrong. Did I do that wrong? Whoops. Make sure I did that right. All right, folks, I apologize. I am not good at this. No, that's right. I did that right. I probably spelled his name wrong. Glad I kept that window open. There we go. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and get ready to raid out. We're going to go hang out with Christopher Escalante. In the meantime, please enjoy this wonderful music made by him. And if you would like me to cast your matches as well, please reach out to me at IceColeBrew on various socials of your choice. Be more than happy to call your matches as long as I have time to do so. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night. Take care.